good. We got a lot of things to get into right now. If you guys did not know, the Schumann residence has been in a whiteout for 15 hours. On top of that, of course, we have a gigantic coronal hole that will probably be facing us within 48 hours. We, of course, have a lot of earthquakes, a lot of things to get into, so by all means, give me 1 second. It's pretty late. These gaming glasses are going to help us out. We got a lot of data, a lot of things to break down, a lot of things to get into right now. And yes, there's a lot of people having a lot of symptoms, which is yeah, something we need to get into. So hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. But yeah, there's a lot of things going on right now, a lot of things to get into. So if you're into the Schumann resonance, if you're feeling a lot of symptoms right now, and of course we have a big chunk of earthquakes right now happening west of the United States. So there's definitely, something going on. Let me know how's everyone doing. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Let me know what symptoms you have going on right now. Let me get a microphone check. Hopefully the mic. Yeah, it's all right. It works. I'm sure you guys could pick it up and it's pretty clear. All right, there it is. Here's the pin. Oh, Squidward, bro. Pin message, man. Oh my goodness. All right, so I think we should kick off with like one of the first things, and I think probably the most bizarre thing that I think definitely raises an eyebrow or two is the coronal hole that is actually, well, there is one facing us and there is one that will be facing us. So first things first, how's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing good. Here's the sun right now, and we're using image 211. And basically, we got two coronal holes. One really south, like on the bottom. One that is sort of facing us, but it's southern. Welcome to the stream. How's everyone doing? Then on the sun, we got a massive coronal hole that is literally right on the left. In 24 to 48 hours, this will be a trans-equatorial coronal hole. I would assume on Tuesday, that is going to be the case here. This is a massive coronal hole on the sun. A coronal hole is a spot on the sun where plasma can escape freely and a lot of solar wind can just come and bombard Earth's magnetosphere. So we can see some serious earthquakes now and after Tuesday. So this is a really huge coronal hole we have here, and this is definitely a huge one. This is probably one of the biggest coronal holes we've had for quite some time, and of course, this is going to be bringing a potential geomagnetic storm and a bunch of auroras in a few days to come. So if that's something you guys like, and that's something you guys are into, then by all means, you guys are definitely gonna have something to look at, because that is a massive coronal hole in the sun right now, and all that solar wind that's gonna come in might amplify Earth's ionosphere, might trigger some geomagnetic activity, which is something we usually see following after coronal holes. The next thing is earthquakes. Now there has just actually a new one just happened on Tonga of 5.5. That place has been getting bombarded. Don, it's so good to have you here in the stream. But of course, I think the biggest thing that has caught my eye is these earthquakes that are on the west coast, right around Washington. So let's, of course, where's the mouse at? I never see my mouse. Okay, now I do it. So quick. So here it is. So all these earthquakes, let's see how many, right? So 19 actually. 19 earthquakes on the coast of Washington. That's quite a lot if you ask me. And of course, most of these are shallow earthquakes. The largest one in this area is a 4.2 and a 4.1. Those aren't the biggest in size, but obviously, of course, that's a lot of earthquakes off the coast of Washington. So we got a lot of earthquakes off the coast of Washington. All of them are 19. That's quite a bit. And of course, they're not. The weakest one was a 2.5, strongest was a 4.2. On average, probably a low 3 here. That's still quite a bit, and a lot of them are shallow. So, definitely something to look out for there, right? That is kind of concerning, right? We don't normally have that many on the West Coast, specifically by United States, like Washington, off the coast of Washington, or even California or Oregon. So definitely, definitely something I wanted to share with you guys. Then, of course, I think one of the things I think a lot of people are into right now. So again, big earthquakes. Actually, we should probably, before we get into it, break down some solar activity. Is there much happening? Um, moderate solar winds and let's see, solar flare activity. Well, just a cluster of C classes, nothing too intense. We do have a nice sunspot region growing. That's growing right now. I think this one has 10 sunspots and it has grown in size. It's definitely a respectable sunspot region. I think this is the one that has released some C classes. But despite that, of course, I think something that has caught a lot of people's attention right now, and I think what a lot of people have been feeling, we're going to get into the symptoms and whatnot, because there are people that are weather sensitive. If you didn't know, weather has picked up quite drastically. There has been a massive shift in weather, and there has been some talks of some other things with weather. But of course, let's get into the Schumann resonance. So, right after I finished my live stream yesterday, we then had a nice push of energy right here. White is intense. Here's the color. Okay, we got color chart. Blue, calm, green, moderate. Then we get that orangish, strong, red is strong, white is max. We've had pretty much a max whiteout in energy from hour 14 all the way to hour 4. That is roughly a 15 hours, roughly 14, yeah, about 15 hours of just a straight up Schumann whiteout. So that is super intense. Some people are feeling energized, and a lot of other people, they got those aches and pains. They're feeling the crown, they're feeling the pressure, not feeling good. Some people not feeling too great. This is what a lot of people are reporting. This is more of a spiritual perspective. And for those that are, I'm guessing, super, super duper weather sensitive. And a lot of people do have mediopathy. The energy of, and again, right now we have even more energy being shot in right now. I'm going to find out. I know the previous spikes were not local. I'm sure there's a lot of global lightning activity, a lot of global lightning activity. I'm assuming there's a bunch of driving factors for this spike, because when the weather changes, in which it is a period right now where the weather does change quite a bit, you're very welcome, Don. You're very welcome. Um, Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe. Really helps out, because we're going to be keeping you guys updating with the most important things right now: earthquakes, solar activity, anything involving the Schumann resonance, Italian Schumann resonance, even. We talk about that very little bit. Astrology, pretty much like your all-in-one spiritual channel that's really keeping you grounded, not fear-mongering and not making nonsense waste of time videos. We're getting straight to the point and stuff. So there's a lot of factors that drive the Schumann resonance and whatnot. Paula, welcome to the stream. And as you can see, amplitude incredibly high. Amplitude has maintained around 30 to 50 hertz for 15 hours. That's pretty wild if you ask me. Peak at 54 hertz, amplitude 1. Or really, I'm going to just call it amplitude 54, actually, because it's different than hertz and whatnot, if I'm not mistaken. Amplitude 2 is pretty strong as well. A3 and A4, nothing too significant here. Quality, on the other hand, not much of a change. And overall, of course, boom, there's the numbers 54, 37, got those right. And yes, the frequency max kind of low, minimum kind of high. But yeah, ultimately, as I was saying, pretty wild energy. So let me know how you guys are feeling. A lot of people have reported some pretty wild symptoms right now. Um, Let me know how you guys are doing. A lot of people definitely feeling some pretty wild things right now. Um, there has been some pretty crazy stuff. There's been a Cat 5 super typhoon Sin Laku, second strongest typhoon early in the year. I think we had one of the strongest of all time. I don't know what it was, like a tsunami thing or not a tsunami, a thing, hurricane. We had one of the strongest of like of almost of all times recorded, right? And now we have the second one. It is a Cat 5 one, right? We're kind of noticing all of this really play off. There was a big eruption in um, Hawaii, I think it was. Was there? I think there was a massive volcanic eruption. As you can see, everything is pretty much going bananas right now. Things are really escalating right now, right? Everything, like the noise is pretty loud right now. So things are definitely intense right now. So if you're feeling it, yeah, you might want to ground yourself if you could. The winds have really picked up, drastic, wild winds. I think a lot of damage, really. I think a lot of trees have been knocked down, which is insane. Let me know how it is in your area. Let me know how you guys have been feeling, doing. Let me know what you guys have been feeling because it's been wild. It has been truly wild and stuff. Let me know how you guys are doing, by the way. Let me get an audio check. Truly wild. Is the audio good? Is the audio good enough? Can you guys hear me? Catherine, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, a lot of winds, been very windy. Let me know how's everyone doing? How's everyone been? Um, yes, it has been wild with the Schumann. A complete 15-hour whiteout, which is insane. You can hear me. Is it loud? Is it good enough? Thank you for sharing, Paula. Thank you for sharing. The audio is good. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I just hope it's loud. I could always plug in my microphone. I don't like it because it's like super loud and you guys pick up on everything and it's like really weird. I don't know what's up with that, but it is what it is. Yeah, there's a lot of wild things going on with the weather and we're back. I'm back on this channel on a new perspective and on a new goal. So that's what we're doing here. Trying to put out the universal truth, trying to, you know, help out and report all the activity, all the big things. We don't waste no time on this channel. We're just going straight into it. That's the plan here. Talk, socialize, and help out. You know. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're probably gonna tackle a little bit of astrology. I usually tackle it in the way that's like just straight to the point. I might do some live streams of just what's going on, like astronomy, not astronomy, like zodiac wise or, you know, astrology wise. Yes, drinking a lot of waters, that's a big one here, right? I don't know what it is, but like I got this one picture and I just feel like the more I take out of the water, like I feel like the more that's getting cleared out, the more heavy it is on me. So I have a different picture. It does some filtering, which is good enough, but there is minerals in water. It's not just water you need those minerals, you know? But you gotta clear out some of the bad stuff, you know? Can't be perfect, you know? So the hours were hour 13 to hour 4. It's 15 hours roughly. So that's like 1 a.m. in America, roughly. Or midnight, like right after midnight. So midnight to 4 p.m. ish Eastern time. So that would be 9 p.m. in California to about noon ish. And then in England, just add 5 hours. So in England, UK, that's 5 a.m. to about 9 p.m. There's been quite a bit of stuff going on, quite a bit of things. We gotta watch out though. We gotta watch out. You know what I'm saying? There's comets, I think, or something, right? We should talk about that too. There's a big weather thing. A lot of people have been talking about, but I don't know what it is. I forgot. I talked about it, but I forgot. Um, yes, fireball meteors. Let's see what NASA said about this. You guys aware about this? Um, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania reported a daytime fireball on Tuesday, April 7, 2:34 p.m. Eastern Time. The space agency reportedly said in a social media post, the meteor was confirms that the report was a meteor. I wish they, got alert to people, right? It was clocked at 30,000 miles per hour, and NASA says the meteor later disintegrated approximately 27 miles above Galloway in New Jersey. Um, Pretty wild. So we got to start watching out, guys. We got to watch out. Pretty wild, man. We got to watch out. So yeah, there's been some huge things going on. It's like, I think, what was it last year? Was it the planes falling? Now it's the meteors are crashing us. So that's the new 2026 thing apparently, right? Let me know how's everyone doing. During this time, you're probably going to want to ground your energy. I grounded mine. Just do the best you can. Really, it's tough with the weather, storms, rain, a lot of rain, a lot of things going on. Oregon, nice. I think Utah's fantastic, man. Utah has good weather. I heard like there's so much things. Wasn't it Erie, Lake Erie? That's pretty close for me. Lake Erie was, what was it? Drowning out? It was like disappearing. Um, there's like crazy things happening with the water. It's like rising above normal levels. So yeah, I think who knows what's gonna happen. It's crazy, man. But yeah, you know. And I think it hit Ohio. I think that's where the so-called meteor hit. I don't know how NASA wasn't able to pick up on that. I mean, can they pick up on it? What's crazy is the amount, right? Many people predicted in March and April that we're gonna be running into debris. I even said something because there was a lot of debris. The coma of Three Eye Atlas was huge, and with how much it broke down and how much water was coming out, material, and there's different words for it. But that so-called comet, well, a lot of stuff was really ejecting from it, and when it passed the perihelion of the sun, or got the closest point to the sun, which is the perihelion, it did sort of disintegrate. Parts came off, all that stuff came out, and we're kind of rotating that area. That's what we've been doing the last 30 days, and I mean, I guess YouTubers are the ones who are gonna say why it's happening, right? Are we really running into that? Are these small pieces of Three Eye Atlas, or is it something else, or is it just comments that for some weird reason are hitting us and we have no awareness of it? So, yeah, I don't know. There's three things here, right? Like, where are these comets coming from? Is it 3i Atlas debris? Are we running into that? Is it different comets? Is it something else? Let me know what you guys think, honestly. But yeah, ultimately, quite a bit of things happening. Protect our energy, man. Unbelievable, guys. Got to protect your energy. Um, right, that is true, but um, not all comets are gonna like gravitate towards the sun, though. So I mean, 3i didn't. It kept going. Thank you for sharing, though. Thank you for sharing. But yeah, ultimately, yeah, big distractions. Unbelievable the amount of distractions. So much distractions. I hope you guys don't watch the news anymore. I don't even watch sports anymore. It's crazy. Well, it is happening right now, Don. It, isn't it? Like yeah, all that is sort of happening. I don't know. Well, sometimes. Well, also we have to take in consideration. I mean, I mean, things happen. I kind of think of volcanoes like big pimples. You know what I mean? Like I think it's like cooling down, right? Because there's a lot of lava and hot and stuff like that in the Earth's core. So the Earth is really just cooling down. That's what all these volcanoes are. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, ultimately, right. That's the goal of the system, right? Is to keep people distracted and hooked and whatnot on many things, and it's great. Things can I mean, we gotta have fun. We have to have fun. We have to enjoy it. Sports are great. They bring people together, and then there's people who will fight, right? So yeah, I think the goal is to really enjoy the ride and be the observer. That's literally, honestly, at this point, I don't know anything else to say, but being an observer is literally what I do. Observe and just keep on observing and enjoy this experience, enjoy life. That's it. Um, and your ultimate goal is to be more balanced and more simplistic, unreliant on anyone, anything, any system, anything, and ultimately being independent here. Because I think a lot of youth, I hope the youth hears this. I hope the youth hears this because they're all chasing for something. They're all chasing for clout or money or fame or this or that, or at least everybody's working to just get by and whatever it is. Ultimately, your health is everything. Your health is super important here. You want to be intelligent while you're young. Ultimately, you want to be intelligent while you're young, not when you're just 16, 70. You want to be intelligent and intuitive when you're young. In your 20s is perfect. Perfect, right? You want to be healthy and have good energy in your 20s. You want to be active because being active, moving the body is how you stay healthy. And you don't want to just do it when you're in your 20s. You want to just keep it going. That's the ultimate goal here, right? What's the difference between a little kid and an 80-year-old person? The movement, they don't want to move as much, and they get worse eventually. So ultimately, moving the body, eat the good food, drink the clean water. Nothing has to be perfect. Being perfect is not gonna get you nowhere. Eating the cleanest, eating the best, drinking the best water. No, I don't think. I think you should eat healthy for sure, right? Eating real food, drinking clean water, being happy, emotions in check. That's what's gonna get you a good, loving, long life. You know, people really got it backwards. But yeah, ultimately, invest in the intelligence, learn young, and then you don't have to work hard when you're in your 20s. It's like the person who chops the tree. You could just chop it for 6 hours and break it down, or you could sharpen the axe for 3 hours, break it down in like probably an hour, not even, and you're done. If you just take a regular axe that's like unsharpened and unprepared and just rip it, yeah, you get it done. Or you could burn less energy and probably save more time sharpening it and just going at it. Do it once, not a big deal. You cut more trees down, guess what? The axe is sharp. You're not always cutting one tree down in life. You might be cutting down a quite a bit, right? You might have a lot of obstacles. So, preparation is always key. Hopefully everybody's doing good. I'm so thankful and grateful for everyone who's watching and stuff like that. Um, Quite a bit of things going on, but we have to be undistracted. Can't be distracted by the news. Can't be distracted by everything we hear and tune into. We have to. People gotta stop the scrolling. Really, it's so bad, man. Like a lot of people just don't have the attention span anymore. There's people who who just can't. They gotta hold on to it and just keep going. There's actually a few people, not a lot, a few people that are just constantly hooked on the scrolling. It's not good. This isn't good. So we gotta make some changes here, right? People gotta make some changes here. People gotta change it up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be live tomorrow, giving you guys a good update again. Live updates. That's what's up. Thank you all so much for watching. So appreciative for everyone. I'm truly grateful and thankful. Um, you know, God bless everyone. I hope you guys are doing good. Enjoy your nighttime or your day. If you're in Tom's Russia, breakfast, you guys are probably eating breakfast there. Let me know what's going on. Thank you all so much for watching.